Hi there, friend. I'm really glad you're here today. This story is for everyone. Kids, teens, grown-ups, anyone who loves a quiet, cozy tale with a gentle heart. So settle in with a warm drink or a soft blanket, and let's take a little trip together. Our story begins in the middle of summer, in a forest filled with birdsong and dappled sunlight. The trees were tall and kind, swaying gently in the breeze, and a tiny lake sparkled nearby like a hidden treasure. At the edge of the woods sat an old wooden cabin, the kind with creaky floors, a screen door that squeaked when it opened, and bunk beds pushed against every wall. This was Camp Maplewood. Every summer, kids from nearby towns would spend a week there swimming in the lake, painting rocks, roasting marshmallows, and staying up just a little too late. And this year, it was 8-year-old Max's first time going. Max had packed everything carefully: extra socks, his favorite flashlight, and the bedtime storybook his grandma always read to him. But what he didn't expect was bunk bed drama. When he arrived, his counselor smiled and pointed. "You'll be in cabin Pinecone," she said. And that's when Max saw it. The bunk. One bed above, one below, and a tiny, nervous tug in his chest. He had never slept on the top bunk before. Cabin Pinecone smelled like pine needles and sunscreen. Max's new bunkmate was a boy named Theo, cheerful, slightly taller, with freckles and a gap-toothed grin. "I always take the top bunk," Theo announced as he flopped his backpack down. Max didn't want to seem scared, but the truth was, the ladder looked high, and the railing looked low. That night, as the other kids zipped their sleeping bags and whispered stories under their breath, Max lay on the bottom bunk, staring at the wooden slats above him. The next day was filled with canoe rides, messy peanut butter sandwiches, and bracelet making by the lake. But Max kept glancing at the bunks during rest time, wondering what it felt like to sleep up high, close to the ceiling fan and the stars outside. Theo noticed. "You want to switch for a night?" he asked one afternoon, casually. "I don't mind." Max hesitated. His stomach fluttered like the moths around the porch light. But then he nodded. Climbing up that wobbly wooden ladder felt like climbing a mountain. His hands were sweaty. His knees wobbled. But when he reached the top, something changed. The cabin looked different from up there. Softer, cozier, like he was floating just a little. He laid back and peeked out the small window right beside the top bunk. And just as he pulled up his sleeping bag, a single shooting star streaked across the sky. Max woke up slowly the next morning. The sunlight filtered in through the curtain, casting golden stripes across the wooden walls. He stretched and yawned, his head still on the pillow, and took in the view: the trees swaying outside, the smell of pancakes wafting in from the mess hall, and the gentle hush of early morning before the camp really woke up. He looked down at the other bunks, feeling a quiet pride settle in his chest. Not because the top bunk was scary or wild, but because he'd tried something new, something small, and discovered a little piece of magic up there. Theo grinned up at him from below. "Sleep okay?" Max nodded. It was amazing. The rest of camp went by in a blur of cozy memories: campfire songs, frog spotting by the stream, and one final night where Max and Theo swapped bunk spots again, just for fun. When the week was over, and Max hugged his counselor goodbye, he turned back for one last glance at cabin Pinecone. The top bunk, he decided, wasn't just a bed. It was a tiny adventure. Thanks so much for listening, my friend. I hope this little story brought you a smile, maybe reminded you of a summer long ago, or made you curious about the view from somewhere new. If you enjoyed this gentle story, don't forget to like, subscribe, and join me again soon for more warm, peaceful tales from cozy corners of the world. Until next time, sweet dreams whether you sleep up high or down below. Home.